Have you ever felt alone on your journey to achieve your dreams? We're often taught to be strong, to be self-reliant, that success is a lonely road walked to the top. But is it true that the greatest heights are conquered alone? Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest and wisest people on the planet, once said something that should make us all think. It's better to hang out with people better than you. Pick out associates whose behavior is better than yours, and you'll drift in that direction. This quote holds a secret far greater than his $100 billion investment formula. It's the secret of the power of partnership. Welcome back to English Richness. Today, as your storyteller, I won't just help you practice your English through a great story. Together, we are going to decode what is arguably the greatest business partnership of the 20th century: Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. By the end of this video, you won't just know about two legendary investors. You will discover the secret to building synergistic relationships that can change the course of your life. And you will find the formula for choosing the right partners on your path to success and prosperity. Part 1. Two Rivers, One Destination. Before two rivers merged into one, they flowed down separate paths, each carrying extraordinary power. The first river, named Warren Buffett, began in Omaha. From a young age, Warren was a prodigy with numbers. He delivered newspapers, sold Coca-Cola, and read every book on finance he could find. This river flowed powerfully, directly, with a single goal: to accumulate capital and knowledge. Young Warren was captivated by the philosophy of his mentor, Benjamin Graham: buying undervalued assets, the cigar butts discarded by the market. His vision was sharp, but it was still confined to the numbers on a page. The second river, named Charlie Munger, flowed from a different landscape. Charlie was also born in Omaha, but his path was broader and more diverse. He studied mathematics and physics, then became a meteorologist in the Army. Afterward, he graduated from Harvard Law School and became a wildly successful attorney. But his intellect refused to sit still. Charlie was a voracious reader, devouring books on history, psychology, biology. He wasn't just seeking knowledge, he was seeking wisdom. Two rivers. One focused deep on business, the other spanning the vast disciplines of life. Until one fateful day in 1959. Part 2. The Fateful Intersection. They met at a dinner party in Omaha. Warren was 29. Charlie was 35. There were no superficial handshakes. Instead, there was an explosion of intellect. They recognized each other instantly. It was a resonance of minds on the same frequency. Warren was floored by Charlie's vast knowledge and razor-sharp logic. Charlie was impressed by Warren's phenomenal focus and genius for capital allocation. Warren later recalled, "I knew after I met Charlie that he was the smartest, highest-grade person I'd ever met." Charlie, an attorney at the peak of his career, also knew his path must run alongside Warren's. He said, "Giving up the law was a foregone conclusion." That meeting didn't just create a friendship, it initiated a fusion. It turned two brilliant minds into one supermind. Part 3. The Architect and the General Contractor. A revolution in thinking. This fusion created a revolution, best seen in the shift of Berkshire Hathaway's core philosophy. Warren was a student of Ben Graham with his cigar butt philosophy. It meant finding troubled companies and buying them at bargain basement prices. It worked, but you can't build a colossal empire on cigar butts. And this is where Charlie Munger, the architect, stepped in. He introduced a groundbreaking idea. It's far better to buy a wonderful company at a fair price than a fair company at a wonderful price. The historic deal that marked this transformation was See's Candies in 1972. By the old formula, it was too expensive. Warren hesitated. But Charlie saw the invisible economic moat. A brand so beloved that they could raise prices every year and customers would happily keep buying. Charlie pushed Warren to pay a higher price. That deal became one of their most spectacular successes. It taught Warren a lesson he never forgot. Later, Warren admitted, "Charlie expanded my horizons. He moved me from being an ape to a human. Without Charlie, I would have been a lot poorer." Charlie Munger was the master architect who designed the blueprint for greatness. And Warren Buffett was the general contractor who turned that blueprint into a monument for the ages. Part 4. The Immortal Lessons and How to Apply Them. So, what enlightening lessons can we distill from this legendary duet and apply directly to our own lives? Lesson 1. Iron sharpens iron. Find someone who dares to say no to you. The world is full of yes men, but a great partner isn't an echo chamber for your ideas. They must be a mirror that reflects the truth. Remember the See's Candies deal. By the old formula, Warren would have never bought it. But Charlie didn't just nod along. He challenged the very foundation of Warren's philosophy, saying, "Warren, you're too focused on the numbers and are missing something priceless. The power of a brand." That intellectual sharpening created a billion-dollar turning point. For self-reflection, who in your life is sharpening you? Who dares to say no to your bad ideas? For immediate application, this week, go to the smartest, most candid person you know. Present an important idea to them and ask one single question. Help me see why this idea will fail. Listen carefully without getting defensive. Lesson 2. Integrity is the most profitable asset. Warren Buffett has a classic line. It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. In 1991, when the investment bank Salomon Brothers was caught in a scandal, Warren testified before Congress and said, "Lose money for the firm and I will be understanding. Lose a shred of reputation for the firm and I will be ruthless." He put his entire personal reputation on the line to save the company, and that act of integrity saved it. Charlie fully supported this decision. For self-reflection, are you making decisions using the front page test? Meaning, if this action of mine were on the front page of a newspaper tomorrow, would I be proud of it? For immediate application, before your next important decision, pause for 10 seconds and apply the front page test. This simple tool is an incredibly powerful moral compass. Lesson 3. The mission is greater than the ego. In a world obsessed with personal fame, their story is a profound lesson in humility. In every shareholder letter, Warren always referred to Charlie as my partner and Berkshire's architect. As for Charlie, he was perfectly content in the number 2 spot. He once said, "The best way to get what you want is to deserve what you want." They understood that 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2. It equals 11 when the ego is set aside. For self-reflection, in your team, is energy being used to build the project or to polish personal brands? For immediate application, this week, find an opportunity to shift the spotlight. When you receive praise, publicly name a teammate and credit their specific contribution. Lesson 4. Turn learning into a shared joy. The real secret behind their wisdom wasn't their IQ. It was their boundless curiosity. Both men spent up to 80% of their day reading, but they didn't read in silence. They constantly called each other to discuss new ideas. Charlie might read an idea in a biology book and call Warren to see how it applied to business. They turned learning into a fascinating game they played together. For self-reflection, is learning a duty or a joy for you? Do you have someone to share new discoveries with? For immediate application, create a learning pact with a friend. At the end of each week, just send each other a message. Here's the most interesting thing I learned this week. This small act turns solo learning into an inspiring shared journey. Conclusion. In late 2023, Charlie Munger passed away at the age of 99. The deepest note in the Berkshire Symphony went silent. Warren Buffett wrote, "Berkshire Hathaway could not have been built to its present status without Charlie's inspiration, wisdom, and participation." In the end, the story of Warren and Charlie isn't the exception. It's the rule. The rule that no one reaches the summit of greatness alone. The greatest wealth isn't in your bank account. It's in the quality relationships you build. So, which lesson from this story resonated with you the most? Leave a comment below. I would love to read and learn from your perspective. And if this story was valuable to you, please don't hesitate to share it with a teammate, a friend, a Charlie, or a Warren in your own life. Remember, here at English Richness, we tell stories of success that not only help you master English, but can also unlock a life of abundance and prosperity for you and for all of us. Subscribe to the channel so we can continue on this journey together, because we believe better English, better life.